If it's media, it's news to them. Here's good old JR and Comic Book Man.
What a bunch of crap!
Media News, episode 110, The Flip of Flap Foreman.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for
Media News, Comic Book Man.
That's right, Media News. Media News is coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount
Oh,
Greenwood.
it's beautiful.
Alternate Reality, all new comics, 15% off every day for everyone.
Including,
including. Oh, thanks. Now I got to come with a segue. Including, Gold Key did a Cleopatra adaptation once upon a time.
Sure. If Cleopatra came in here, she'd get 15% off.
Oh, you bet she would.
All of her
and then I'd
comics.
roll her up in a rug and throw her in the middle of 111 and watch trucks.
Her and her asp.
Her and her asp.
Yeah.
You know who else has a good asp in Hollywood?
Who?
Angelina Jolie.
Wow.
She'd make a great Cleopatra. Hey, JR.
We segued the bejesus.
Why
out of this
doesn't
story.
John Cameron remake Cleopatra?
John Cameron Swayze?
James Cameron.
How about Patrick Swayze? No,
Patrick
he's not doing anything
How about
right
Kirk
now.
Cameron?
James Cameron.
Wow.
Okay, here's the story.
I'm confused. The untouchable James Cameron. Man, I'm confused.
See?
Holy jumping cats! Start again. James Cameron, who's fresh off of his Blue People 3D Avatar, which has come out in 6 different
Which rhymes with
versions.
Ishtar.
Yeah, yes, no, it doesn't. Has a new project
Ishtar, Avatar,
that he would love to do next.
Yes.
Love to do this.
And what would that be?
It would be yet another biopic on Cleopatra.
Instead of something creative.
It's,
For those of you youngsters out there,
yeah, we've been down this road before.
For those of you youngsters out there, once upon a time MGM decided they were going to do a biopic of Cleopatra, and it nearly put the studio out of business.
Ooh, it sure did.
For real, nearly put it out of business.
This was in the late 60s, and they spent...
No, late 50s, early 60s.
Early
That was
60s,
early
when they
60s.
spent $120 million in 1960
60
dollars.
money, yeah.
To make
Which is like $1 billion
With
today.
it's literally like $1 billion today.
Biggest star on the planet at the time.
At the time would have been Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah,
The film
Richard
had
Burton.
Richard Burton. It had
Roddy McDowall.
Roddy McDowall. It had
Rex
Rex Harrison. Who am I missing here?
Edward G. Robinson was in it. No, he wasn't in it. Hey, who's your Messiah now?
You know, who was ever on the soundstage that week is what?
Martin Landau.
Martin Landau.
was in it.
And the director.
And we're gonna take the whole show with this one. We're gonna take the whole show with
That's
this with
okay.
this one thing. And Carol O'Connor was
Carol
in it.
O'Connor,
Carol
yeah,
O'Connor was in
And
it.
the director was James Cameron at that time.
Yes.
Cecil B. DeMille.
Wellman? Was it Wellman?
No,
So-
it was not Cecil B. DeMille. It was it William Wellman?
Was it William
We're
Wellman?
gonna have to do the Wikipedia thing at some point. But William Wellman. It was supposed to be 2 films. They blah 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 blah. But anyway, James Cameron, who is now the
He's
middle of his day. He is untouchable.
He is untouchable. And, I'll bet you $5 he's remaking this thing because he is untouchable. And this is the biggest flop in Hollywood history,
Yeah.
at least up until, what was the name of that Western thing in the late 70s?
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
And
And
then
then
Ishtar.
Ishtar after
Yeah,
that. Ishtar,
and-
which rhymes with Avatar, which I mentioned before.
He wants to do a new version of a biopic on Cleopatra starring Angelina Jolie.
Who was actually a fine choice, but then again, everybody thought that
Elizabeth Taylor was a fine choice. And before that, Hedy Lamarr, if you want to go back into cinema history.
Hedley Lamar?
Headley, no, not Headley. But anyway, and it will of course be in the magical,
What?
not the
What?
not one dimension,
No!
not 2 dimensions.
No!
It will be in
3D!
because when you want to see sail barges and asps and breasts, I'm stepping on comic book.
You're going to be able to have
so
sex with
excited.
Cleopatra.
Yes, you will be able to actually have sex with Cleopatra on screen. Cleopatra will fly off the screen into the audience. And
Right into your lap.
It's right into your lap. You'll have to put your popcorn down. All right, moving on because we got
Why
lots
do
of
we wanna
stories
do
to
that?
do.
Okay, moving on. Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone is coming back.
Yes. Jason Rothenberg, who wrote a film called The Body Politic, a good little film. You have to look it up because nobody knows what it is. He's been hired to pen a feature film version of The Twilight Zone for Leonardo DiCaprio's production company. Leonardo has the rights to do this along with the brothers Warner.
And who's going to be Rod Serling this time around?
Wow, that's a great question. I always thought Lance Henriksen would
Forrest Whitaker?
make a fine.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
He was on the show.
Lance Henriksen.
Liam Neeson's on the phone.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. You should get Liam Neeson and have him smoke. Have him smoke.
it looks
Put him in a black suit. Have him smoke.
Lance Henriksen, I always thought would make a fine.
Yeah. Lance Henriksen would
plenty
make a
grizzly.
fine one. But you know what? I'd go with Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I would too.
Because Liam Neeson has become the biggest whore in Hollywood.
Yes, nobody has. Yeah, he needs work, obviously.
No, he doesn't.
The man
He
cannot,
just.
man cannot find a job.
He has 43 days in February.
I'm waiting to hear that he's doing voiceover work in a cartoon.
The film will take the same kind of tack that the 1980s.
Actually, he did in
1990s version.
Ponyo. What am I thinking?
Yes,
he
that's
did it
right.
in Ponyo.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Will be like 4 segments, and it'll be bookended by a beginning and an ending segment. The film will be released sometime in 2012. By the way, Rothenberg is also penning a script for a remake of Colossus: The Forbin Project,
Okay.
That's actually
which
very cool.
Ron Howard will direct, and Will Smith will star in.
Oh,
You know, what's his face who played Forbin is still alive.
Yeah.
He's in that soap opera.
Yes, he is, and he's
What the hell's his name,
I
Bo?
can't-
Eric Braeden.
Eric Braeden.
Bo, by the way, the Wikipedia of nonsensical information. Anyway, so that's all coming soon. Twilight Zone coming soon, 2012.
I was thinking
Hey, Bo, how many metric tonnage of corn did Iowa ship out last week?
345.
There you go. He knows everything. He knows everything.
How many beats of a wing of a sparrow to carry a coconut or whatever that
16.
joke is? There you go.
What's
Next up,
What's
Steven
Steven
Spielberg?
Spielberg?
Steven Spielberg is doing something called Robopocalypse,
Apocalypse.
which is not RoboCop.
All right, first off, Steven Spielberg hasn't had a
Robocopolis.
film in theaters since 2008.
1926.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So it's been a couple of years for Steve.
Been taking some time off.
Taking some time off, but suddenly we'll have a spate of films at the end of next year.
Where's the Lincoln thing?
That's
With
to put
Liam
on the
Neeson.
with Liam Neeson. He's too busy making Battleship and Twilight Zone.
Where's
and
the
God
Lincoln
knows what
thing
else.
at?
Actually,
That's-
the Lincoln film is dead.
It's kind of
Oh.
dead. That's exactly. It's too bad. I would have liked to have seen a Lincoln.
He's kind of dead, just like Abe.
Steve has a
What do
lot.
Abe Lincoln and him have in common?
They're both dead. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Both shot in the back of the head. But anyway, Steve has.
One was a
You want to throw John Kennedy into that too? Go
one
ahead.
was a mercy.
I have no shame.
Anyway,
A man who hasn't had a film in theaters in a couple of years suddenly has a spate of projects coming our way.
Yes.
Next December, November, The Adventures of Tintin Part 1
Yes,
is
Tintin.
coming into
Yeah.
theaters.
They're working on that.
The War Horse, which originally was going to be
Yeah, I remember that,
next
yeah.
summer,
Yeah.
the studio has pushed to next December because they looked at the rushes and said this is Oscar bait. And so he has 2 films coming out back to back, November and December. Now has a third project called Robopocalypse, based on the
What is it?
proofs of a novel that is not going to be released until next summer by Daniel Wilson. And it's the story of an android uprising. How does humanity withstand an android uprising? The proofs were sent to Hollywood and landed in Spielberg's lap. Spielberg loves it. The film is being scripted by Drew Goddard, who worked on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Alias, Lost, Cloverfield, he's a protege of J.J. Abrams, and Joss Whedon.
this sounds like he's going back to the AI well.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, exactly. Maybe with a little more action adventure.
Well, that could be done
Yeah.
done better. So.
I'm not going to go there. But anyway, Robopocalypse will find its way into theaters in 2013. It's a spate of Steven Spielberg coming.
Spade of Steven Spielberg is coming your way very soon.
Yeah, with a lot of stuff.
And that's it. We're
That's it,
done.
we're
We're
done.
finished. We're out of here. We got no
We
more
spent
media
a lot
news.
of time talking about James Cameron and Cleopatra.
What about it?
I don't know. I heard something. I hear things.
Somebody's doing a Cleopatra movie?
Well, that's what they say.
actually
Liam
had
Neeson.
I actually edited all that out.
Oh, okay, good. But you can go to the store's website and find out all about
Where's that?
all the media
You
news
can't
that
make
Bo sends me and,
You have to have a
and your
computer?
reviews. Yeah.
Do you need a computer to go there?
No, actually, just stick your head out the window and look around. It'll show up. It'll show up.
Will it pop into my cranium?
And you know what you'll do when you stick your head out the window and look? You know what you'll see?
What?
This is who you'll see.
www.morealternatereality.com. It's #1 with computer illiterates.
So stop drinking if you saw her.
Why now?
And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And it's a drunk JR.
saying bye.
Why else would we do this? The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.